Hey guys, it's Jason here. So today we're kind of unboxing, unpackaging a set of I don't know, they're often referred to as the cheap eBay rims. They're 2.2s. They cost, these ones were 46 US, about $63 Canadian. I got them because these rims came with the Sport, and I just don't like. I mean, obviously, if I can go aluminum, I'll go aluminum. But two, they were wider. I didn't like the fact the way they kind of make the tire sit. You can see on these ones here how the tire, kind of sits in a bit. I like that look where these are more kind of square. I think I showed this in another video, and I find even more with Hyrax is the fact that just the way they look. It just made them look very balloony. I didn't like that look. Kind of what I'm getting at, guys, is I have a spare red one. Is this ring is I think 3/4 of an inch wide, so you can see how it sucks in more. Where this was, I believe, 1 3/8 wide, the actual plastic rim on this, so that's why it looks so balloony. But anyways, let's get to it. I'm not gonna lie, I did open these things up because I was kind of excited. The last time I think I bought more expensive rims, they were Vanquish, and I bought a set of RC four-wheel drives. And I think the RC four-wheel drives cost me 220 Canadian, and the Vanquish cost me like 250 by the time they got here. Where again, Canadian wise, these cost me again, I think it was 63 something, and I mean there was no duty, no nothing when they got here. They came packaged nice. They were in a box. They're all individually wrapped, so all the screws and the hardware's there. So I'm definitely excited to get these mounted up and to see how they're going to look on, I believe, the Sport. The Wraith is also in need right now of kind of a bit of an upgrade when it comes to the body. These panels, they were silver. They've been painted red. They've now been painted gray. And, they're just, even though I sanded it down when I first started, they're starting to get it rough every time anytime I hit a rock, it rolls over. So I think these are going to get changed. And I'd like to go with more of an anodized red or an anodized blue panel. And if that's the case, I may end up using these bad boys. But anyways, guys, I want to get these open. All right, guys, I've gone ahead and opened up the 4 packages. And, I can really say these look really good. The finish is nice. Yeah, there's a little bit of tooling marks I think I noticed on one, but nothing crazy. It's not bad. They come with all the hardware. These even come with the hubs. I don't know what sizes would be, but they're going to do what I need to do definitely for the Sport, because I don't need a ton of offset or anything like that on them. But yeah, these guys look really, really good. You can get them in the wider rim. So if you do prefer the more wider look of the tire, you can get them in that size. Again, like I mentioned earlier, I like the fact that it'll be sucked in a little bit like this one. But, I think that's going to look really good. There we go. When it's all done. I don't know, again, if I'm using what tire I'll be using them on. I think I prefer the Swamper, the Super Swamper with the big lugs on the side. I think this tire on the Sport. So I may end up going that way. But again, I'm going to get some of these mounted up. I may actually mount up 2 on the Swampers, 2 on the Prolines, and see what look I like better. I do know that these look good on the Wraith because I have had them on there before. This is a new pair, but I did have a pair on the Wraith before. But anyways, guys, that is the rim. And again, these were $63 Canadian with the hubs, all the hardware. Yeah, you've obviously, but I mean, you got some screws to put in. But to be fair, anyone you buy, you're gonna have to do that. And yeah, it was 46 US, 63 Canadian shipped. There was no duty when they got here, and they came, guys, in about I don't even think 2 weeks. So to be fair, it came from China. In 2 weeks, that's nothing. Honestly, I've ordered things from the US where by the time they hit the border and customs and all that stuff, they end up taking longer. So this was awesome. I won't think anything again of ordering rims from these guys, because for the price, they definitely look good. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna get them mounted up. All right, guys, I'm getting through putting the rims together, and I thought this would be a good time just to kind of show you guys a little just kind of a little trick that I do when I'm putting together rims and stuff like that, especially with these, because these rims are thinner and they do, you know, just from this, guys, you guys can tell I'm already starting to like the way this looks. I like the way it kind of bulges out and stuff. But it can be kind of hard to get these two pieces, you know, to get the front and the back to connect because you're pushing so much tire. They can be really, really hard to do. Simple trick, guys, is just, you know, go through your screws, find a few that are the same thread. Obviously, you don't want to mix threads because you'll end up bricking them, but just find a longer screw with the same thread. You can then drop those in, you can push them together, no problem. And at that point, I don't know if this will show up, but you can now, they're so much easier to get together because you're not, you know, starting, you know, another quarter of an inch out trying to push them together. It just makes the whole process, guys, a lot more simple and a lot less painless. Anyways, guys, I'm going to keep working on this. All right, guys, I got one of the rims all mounted up, and yeah, they look really, really good. You know, I took another one of the tires off just so you guys can kind of get an idea of what I was just meaning, how the difference in the width of the rim makes of the tire. And, you know, to me, this just looks good. It looks, I don't know, off-roady. This one, like I said, it looks like a balloon. I don't like the width of it and just the way it looks. And like I said, to me, this just looks, I mean, yeah, the rim is obviously nicer too, but you can just see how, just the difference by mounting up these bad boys. So I'm definitely excited to finish them up. It's going to take a while. There's a whole lot of screws. One thing else, guys, just to, now that I got one of the rims off, you guys can see the difference. So how much wider this rim is. Now, obviously, the rims go on here a lot easier. There's not as much work, but this one takes a little bit more work because they're a little bit thinner. But lots of people run these more skinnier ones, so it's not like you can't do it or anything like that. It's a 2.2. It's just the way it is made. Anyways, guys, well, what you're going to see next is everything all finished. All right, guys, here it is all finished up. The rims definitely look good. You know, I can say, guys, that, you know, even though these are the cheap, you know, knockoffs, they call them, I wouldn't be surprised if these are the exact same rims as those other companies. You know, you can buy basically 4 sets of these knockoff rims for the same price as 1 set of, you know, the brand name rims. And I'm not going to name any names, but you guys know who I'm talking about. You know, yeah, they're, you know, it's always nice to have that fancy name on it, but not at about, you know, 3/4 of the price more type thing. That doesn't really make much sense to me. Anyways, guys, I'm going to take the truck outside just so you guys can get some, I want to get a few images of it, you know, outside and just in the light, and then I'll come back in and finish this off. Well, guys, there you have it. Those are the new rims installed. yeah, I love the rims. I love the tires. Still just, I don't know. I'm still just a little confused with, well, not really confused at all. I'm still not feeling, guys, the body, especially with the lift. No matter what I seem to do, I just am not getting the look I want. So I don't know if I'm at the point where I'm going to remove the lift and go back to 1.9s. Do I go to a smaller 2.2? But I don't really think that's going to make much of a difference. I think I can, I can go down about a 1/4 of an inch width, or which is, really, if you think about it, it's only about 1/8 of an inch that you would actually see here. So I don't see that making that much of a difference either. So I don't know, remove the lift, go back to 1.9s, keep the body, or do I start, do I just basically, go with a different body and keep the 2.2 look? I think I'm just going to, spend a little bit of time kind of searching Facebook, searching the groups and just looking at 2.2 rigs and see what I want to do, because, I really like this truck. I do know, guys, I don't mind the Bronco body look on this truck. So maybe that's an alternative I can go with, but I don't want to, shell out the money and then realize that's not what I want either. So I'm at a point now where I'm sort of, do I, I can drop $50 and buy a new body. I really like the Jeep bodies and stuff, like the 4-door Jeep Wrangler bodies. I like those. So I may do that. Or do I try the Bronco body? We'll see. Stay tuned, guys. There's, obviously there's going to be lots with this truck. But again, going back to, the initial part of this video was basically the new rims, being that they are the Chinese knockoffs. They look, guys, awesome. And I'm very, very happy. I'm glad I bought them. I actually just watched a video not that long ago that somebody did, and they've got the brand name version rims, and they look identical. The only thing I've ever noticed is, and I noticed this with my Wraith and these knockoffs, was the anodizing on one of the other brands. The red was, a lot nicer, and it was a little bit shinier and stuff like that. But again, not at the cost, and actually how much they cost, I don't really see that being worth it, especially since, they hit the trails and they get dirty anyways. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I may have a huge update coming next weekend regarding one of my RCs that's going to be gone, and 2 RCs will be taking its place. The deal's been kind of, the trade deal's been, agreed upon. It's obviously, a deal's not done until it actually happens. But I think, it's, I think everybody's going to think it's pretty cool. It's they're 2 common trucks. You guys have seen them many, many times before. But the one is very nicely done up, and it'll be a lot of fun. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and definitely stay tuned. Take care. And by the way, I forgot to mention this, guys, in the last video. I want to thank everybody who subscribed. I finally hit 1,000 subscribers, which, allowed me to monetize the videos. Again, I had it a long time ago. They removed it a couple of years back when they changed the subscription services and the way that worked. And I just want to say thanks, because you know what? I don't do this as a full-time job or anything like that. I am an IT person at a hospital. My wife's basically an accountant at our local college. So, I mean, we have our, our jobs. But, it's kind of fun, when you make these videos, to get a couple of bucks back. I think I used to earn about $100 every 8 months, but you know what? It was $100, and it's whether it goes towards buying a new set of tires or whatever. It's fun, and it's it's just kind of another little perk of doing these videos. But I just wanted to say thanks, guys. That's awesome, and definitely stay tuned. Take care.